Coronavirus. Nathan Carone. That's what I think. My husband just happens to be Carone. Virus. I don't know. No, I was making fun of him that he is the source of pain in all of our lives. You know. But the coronavirus, what do I think? Is it a bioweapon? What is it? I think as the days get closer towards the end of time, towards, you know, everything wrapping up and Jesus coming back, we're going to see more and more illnesses like never before. I mean, the Bible tells us everything's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. We're going to have more illness, more sickness, more death, more pain. It's not a bright future until Jesus comes back. It's a downhill, you know, we're going downhill. You know, we're not going uphill. We're going downhill until Jesus comes back. We know that. As a world, the world is going to keep getting worse. And that, to me, you know, disproves evolution, because evolution, if it was true, would tell us that everything's, you know, the facts would be that everything is getting more organized and more order, and it's not, you know. And when I was an atheist and started looking at Hovind's videos as an atheist, I've known him personally, talked to him for a long time years ago, but we kind of had a falling out. I didn't agree with all of his life decisions. I kind of understand more now. It's like as you grow, you kind of understand more about people as you grow and you live life. I mean, I understand why he's on his third wife. I mean, he's had a rough bout, you know, being a evangelist and out there sharing the gospel makes relationships difficult. But I disagreed with that decision, and I thought maybe he should have just stayed alone or something. I don't know. But I'm not in his shoes, so I can't say, you know, he made all the right decisions or the wrong decisions. I don't know. I don't live in his life, in his body, in his brain. I know. But, you know, one thing I could say is he took a licking and he kept on kicking. He just keeps going. He don't give up. So that's, you know, the good side of Hovind is that no matter what's thrown at him, he just keeps going, you know? So that's cool there. And it looks like he's building back up his ministry. Which, when he talked to me and he was in prison all the time, I was like, sure, you're going to have a dinosaur adventure land. But now it's like working out. It's amazing. So God can use anybody that is willing to be a vessel to be used. God can use them. And, you know, he's still going. So that's a good side. You know, that's the good side of it. We've had some disagreements about things, but those were more personal matters than anything. I don't disagree with him doctrinally. You know, I don't really think on anything. Biblically, he stands on the right Bible. As far as creation science evangelism, he's one of the most dynamic speakers that you're going to find on creation science. So that's, you know, what made him the best creation science debater and stuff. Because a lot of them out there, they have so much information, but they are not presenting it in an interesting way where people can understand it. You know, it's like, I can't understand what this guy's saying. Yeah, he's super smart and he's got all this information, but he's not putting it into terms where people can relate and understand. And that's what was great about Hovind. He could put things into terms where you could relate and you could understand, you know. And, you know, how much longer is he going to be around? You know, maybe 20 years, you know. And like I said, all these old men of the faith are dying out, and I'm scared. Oh, we're reaching scary times. Jack Van Impe just died. My grandpa just passed away a week or so ago, and it was really traumatic dealing with that. So I have been taking a break from videos because that was just really hard to deal with. You know, and now Rush Limbaugh is sick, and it's like, you know, when we lose Hovind, we're losing a valuable you know, vessel that God used in a great way to reach people with creation science. Do I agree with everything he's ever done? No, but I can't say that about anybody. There's nobody I can say I agree with everything they've ever said and done, you know. That would be ignorant. But anyways, things are tending towards disorder, not order. So we can expect more sickness, more death, and more pain until Jesus gets back. You know, that's what the Bible tells us to expect. Just expect that. Expect that there's going to be more persecution, more death, more pain, more suffering, more rampant sickness than ever before. And I don't know how this virus started. Like, I don't know. Just like anybody else doesn't know. How would I specifically know? You know, I can't say this is a bioweapon. Why would they use it on their own people? They could if they, I mean, it's China. Anything goes in China. They monitor everything you do over there. It's scary. And they want to do that here. And that's even scarier. They literally keep track of the women's menstrual cycles and control the number of children they have. They, you know, push abortion. They will force abortion on women that have more than one child if they're not in the right class. The Chinese believe evolution. That's what they mold their society on. Some people are better than others, and so they should, you know, only have one child if they're of a lower evolutionary status. If they're less evolved, they should only have one child. If they're more evolved, then they can have 2 children, and they're going to force you to abort your child if you have more than one. And they control everything you do. You're just nothing but a dog that works for them, for the government. You know, and that's what you want in America? That's what you're going to get. You know, if you want to believe evolution, that's what you're going to get in America. You're going to get communism. That's what it is. You know, that's what causes it. Because if there is no God, then the supreme power is the government. And you're just the stupid slave, you know, and that's what they treat them like. So, you know, it could be a bioweapon. I wouldn't put it past them. You know, they really have no morality in China. The government has no morality. And that's why so many Chinese churches pop up underground over there, because it's the only hope these people have. They literally have no other hope than Christ. And so they have all these pocket churches that come up, and, you know, they have to hide their Bible reading and everything, and it's sickening. It's so sick. But why do they have to go through that? Because their government believes evolution. So what does that tell you? Evolution is evil, you know, but they're teaching it in the public schools to all of the kids and telling them, you know, you're just an animal. You evolved from apes, so that they can gain control. And I think it's so hilarious when the atheists are like, the opiate of the masses is religion. No, the opiate of the masses is evolution, because if they can get you to the point where you think you're just an animal, they can control everything you do, because you're just a doggy, man. You're not anything special. You're just another doggy, you know. So, no, and that's what, you know, so this coronavirus could have come out of China because it's a bioweapon that they're going to use against America. In the book of Daniel, it seems to tell us that Russia, China, and Iran are going to come up against America, and that they might even nuke us, that we're going to be in dire trouble, is what the Bible tells us. So, no, it's not going to get better from here. There's going to be more death, more suffering, and more pain until Jesus comes back. That's just the way it is, you know. Some people believe we're going through the tribulation. I'm obviously still on the fence, but we're going to talk more about that in other videos with my husband, because he believes pre-wrath, post-trib, and I was always taught pre-trib, so it's very hard for me to make this, you know, leap over to pre-wrath, post-trib, but it's like all the signs lean towards that, so it's scary, you know. I don't want it to be true. A lot of signs lean towards that. Like the suffering that we're already going through, the suffering that all the Christians have gone through in China, the disciples being martyred, you know, a lot of things lean towards that, but I don't want that to be true, you know, so it's hard for me to accept that and deal with that, you know, very hard to accept. So, but me and him are going to talk about Israel soon and more about that, and I'm eventually going to have to decide, you know, what side of the fence I'm going to be on, because I've been riding the fence for a couple years, or probably 5 years. I've been riding the fence between pre-wrath and pre-trib, but, you know, it's scary, the stuff that's happening out there, and it's not going to get any better with time. And we know that as they're using antibiotics, in, you know, massive amounts of antibiotics, that people are becoming resilient and resistant to antibiotics. And I was having a candida rash for a while, and we were trying to figure out, why is this happening? What's going on? And we thought it had to do with the antibiotics upsetting your ecosystem of your body, and then you get candida rash. I don't know. And we live in Dearborn, and it's like a massive amount of people here, and a lot of them are coming down with candida. So it could be something from the deserts, you know? We don't know. but a lot of people were coming down with candida. Candida could be something from the deserts that the Muslims have brought here. I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. I'm eating a very specific diet to try to kill off candida and fight candida naturally, and using a bunch of supplements because I don't want to take antibiotics. They're scary. Because when you take them, it messes up your whole ecosystem of your body, and it makes you to where you can become resistant towards antibiotics. And if something really bad happens, so we're developing resistance because people are using so many antibiotics today like never before. I could walk into a walk-in clinic and they'll just hand you it like candy. But the issue is that antibiotics are very bad for you. So I'm trying to make my videos with all kinds of interruptions between kids and phone calls and everything. But anyways, the issue is that antibiotics, we're using them in such a massive way that we're becoming resistant to things, and it's not good. We're using them in such a large amount as a people, as a whole. We're developing, you know, viruses and stuff like that, that bacteria that is antibiotic resistant. And the evolutionists will be like, aha, see? You know, she said antibiotic resistance. That means evolution. And Kent Hovind goes into all those little details. I can't get into all them details. I can, but it's like staying down forever. And I'm not doing that. I'm just giving you a run by. I run by evolution. I don't do a real in-depth like he does. But basically, these yeasts and bacteria are not evolving into something better because they're antibiotic resistant. They're losing something. They're losing information in one way, and it's not making them any better because they're becoming resistant. They're just becoming resistant. But he goes into all that. You can look at on his channel. He handles that. I've looked at his channel recently and seen what he had on there. And he talks about that. So, no, it's not proof of evolution because bacteria and viruses are becoming antibiotic resistant. That's not proof of evolution because the bacteria is becoming antibiotic resistant. It just shows that people as a whole are using way too much antibiotics. And we need to back off the antibiotics and start trying to get healthy naturally through diet, through exercise, through taking supplements. You know, that's what I try to do. Gotta go. The kids are already screaming and throwing a fit. So